All right, Holly, let's do it. Let's do a grand tour of everything here on our farm. You ready? What is going on, y'all? It's Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. So I haven't done one of these in a long time, probably almost 2 years now, honestly. And that is, I want to get you guys caught up to speed of how the farm's laid out now, because it has changed so much. Just even in the last 6 months, it's changed a lot. And I told Brooke this morning, I said, Brooke, I think it would be great if we did an updated farm tour of our 40 acres here and get people caught up to speed as to where everything's laid out now and where the animals are now and our future plans of the animals. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to start at the front of the farm and work our way back and hang out with some of the animals and just have a good old time today here on the farm. So y'all strap in, put on your seat belts, and let's have some fun today. You ready, Holly? All right, girl, let's go. Let's go show everybody how the farm's laid out now, okay? We're starting off here in the front half of our property, and we got two sides of our property, of course. We got a left-hand side and we got a right-hand side, and it's kind of split. And so starting over here on our front half of our property, this is really our main garden area right here. This is where you've seen us do all of our vegetable gardening and our flower farming. This is it. And recently you saw that we just planted our fall and winter garden, and that is right here at the front half of our property. As a matter of fact, I got my drip irrigation going on my carrots right there. Got to keep that ground moist for those carrots to come up. I got some onions starts coming actually tomorrow, so I'll get those in the ground tomorrow. And as you guys can see as I'm walking down through here, this is all gardening space right here. Here's one of our newer plots we're gonna have right here. Not quite for sure what we're gonna plant here yet, but it's either gonna be our spring and summer garden, which could be flowers, which could be vegetables. I'm also wanting to do some bulb planting out here. Y'all know we planted those daffodils across our whole front row right here, and I'm going to turn you around and show you where that is. That's actually right here, this fence line that goes all the way down. That's where we planted those daffodils that we got last year, and hopefully they'll pop up this spring, fingers crossed. But also what I'm wanting to do is I love lilies, I love daffodils, I love all types of bulbs, and I'm thinking about maybe turning one of these beds out here, even irises. I mean, I would love just to have a bed right here of rows of irises and lilies. I just think it'd be beautiful. So that's my plans with some of these too. Plus people driving by could see them. And I don't know, I like making people happy and feel comfort, and if they're having a bad day or they just got off work and you know, and the day didn't go well and they drove by here and they see our flowers. Cheese, I'm trying to talk, buddy. And they see the flowers or the sunflowers or the flower gardens, and it just brings a smile to their face. That just warms my heart. And then that's one reason we love doing these videos, and why our videos are always 99% of the time so positive and upbeat, because y'all, you know, I've realized that's what the good Lord wants us to do, and that is to make people happy and make people smile and just give somebody a sense of relief, even if it's only for 10 minutes, even if it's only for a minute and a half when they drive by our farm or when they watch some of the videos. So that's my plan, and that's what my farm's all about. So as I'm continuing to walk down our property over here, this is another planting bed we got for the spring and summer right here. And again, this could be vegetables, this could be flowers, this could be bulbs. Who knows? I mean, we could even do a rose garden out here, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna turn the corner right here, and we're coming on down through here. Now this area right here is where we planted our spring and summer garden earlier this year, right here. And we moved the chickens over there. And if you guys remember when we first moved these chickens over here, this was a weedy mess. But y'all, look what these guys have done. Absolutely amazing what they've done right here. I mean, it's just, they do such a great job, y'all. And this too would be 2 more garden spaces over here. And we appreciate you guys, we really do. So as we're continuing our tour here on the front side of our property, you all probably know what this is. This is, of course, one of 2 of our grower solution greenhouses right here. And my beautiful climbing pinky rose. Matter of fact, I see a bloom, y'all. Middle of November. Look at there. Oh, I see buds everywhere. Look at this. Right there. Wow. So we're walking to the back of our grower solution greenhouse right here. And of course, over here on our left is the eggmobile. There's Cheese, Ryan the rooster. And that's the area that was our garden this year for spring and summer. And as I pan around, you can see there's Moody and there's Joe and Mo. This is the side of their pasture. And we'll see those guys in just a second. But I'm gonna come back around here so you guys kind of know where we are. There's our barn, of course, right over there. And this right here is a future planting area for gardening. And you can see we got it tarped. And we're gonna pan over this way. And if you look right here, we're right back to the fall garden. And that's kind of this first area over here, which is basically our garden area and where we keep our chickens and running our chickens through. All right, Holly, you ready to show them some more? Okay. All right, so we're gonna go from this front side over across the driveway to this front side over here, what you guys are seeing a lot of lately, and that is the new barn and the new pasture areas right here. Now, this first front pasture right here that me and Brooke, this is the last one that we just put the fencing on. This will be our boys or our breeding buck pasture right here. We want to keep our breeding bucks away from our females because we don't want them to breed all year long. We just don't want to do that. We just think that's probably too much stress for the girls. And also, we're wanting to milk our goats. And if you have your breeding bucks in or even too close to your does, then the milk could pick up and most of the time it does, pick up and the only way to explain it is a bucky or a gamey taste. And you don't want that. So that's one reason that we're going to keep our bucks and always have separate from our does. So coming on around here in the front, this is the breeding buck area right here, which I measured, y'all, and this is almost twice as large as the pasture they're in now. And I didn't realize that until, of course, we started pulling fencing. And you realize real quick how big something is. So it's a good bit bigger for them. And of course, they'll have their stall here on the end, actually 2 stalls there on the end, and have access to go inside the barn when it gets colder at night, or if we have any type of severe weather or anything like that. They'll have somewhere to go. I believe I'm gonna get my 10,000 steps today pretty early. Because I am gonna do some walking today. Now, once we pass that first pasture that I just showed y'all, the second area is something that has kind of evolved since we've built it. And there's Biscuit, she's out this morning. Hey, Biscuit. So originally we didn't know, originally we were just gonna leave this area be. You just have it just open, whatever. But now we're thinking about making this the breeding area. And mainly because it's separated by a fence for sure. It's got access to the barn. And what makes this area so great for that is there's a gate right here that we can let the male goats in, and there's a gate on the other side over there where we can let the female goat in. And you probably can see Mildred right back there in a porta hut. That's the girl side, and we'll show you guys that in a minute. But that kind of gives you an idea. Matter of fact, there's Jessie right there. where this location is, which is the back of the barn. And Brooke has started staining the doors here in the last week. She got that one done. She likes this one and those two big ones right there. There's Sylvester. And all the staining will be pretty much done on the barn except a little touch up here and there. So we're continuing on this area here, which we haven't pulled the fence in yet, but we're going to do probably this week. Once the rain's gone, we'll probably pull at least this run here, which is the biggest run of all of them. It goes way on down there. But this will be the cattle pasture. You can see there's the Moo Mansion right there, which will be the cow shelter right there. And also, we got to get some boards put up here, but we'll do that. That won't be that big of a deal. But this will be our chute right here, where if we ever have any issues with a cow and have to work on them, have to get the vet over here to work on them, we can do that right here. And this by far is the biggest pasture. We did that on purpose because the cattle are going to eat more grass than any animal here, and so therefore we gave them the biggest spot by far. So we're going to continue to walk down this way, down in front of the cows' pasture, and go away to the edge of our property and show you guys that over there and how it turns into a nice little pine thicket that the cows will be able to have access to as well. Come on, girl, let's go. All right, so we're coming on down to our edge of our property here, and we've talked about this before, but maybe you guys didn't know exactly where it is. But here's this fence line right here, and when we first got here, this was all cows. This was all cows right out through here. And if you walk on down our property line right through here, hey girl, Holly's the guide, y'all. We're going to enter a pine thicket right here, which our cows will have access to, which I absolutely love. I love this pine thicket right here. I really, 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 really do. This is like one of my favorite spots here on the farm. I love this area right here. And right here is this fence line right through here where I said that me and Brooke were going to have to clean this up before we can get the cows over here, because we do want to put a hot wire at the top of all the fencing so Moo Man don't get out. Moody's just so tall and big, and he's very smart, and he'll just step over the fencing. So for his safety and to keep him out of trouble and keep him from getting hurt or anything bad happening, we will put a hot wire at the top of the fencing. And we got to clear all this out before we do that. Now, some of you guys suggested, why didn't we let the goats over here to clear all this out? And that's because goats are the best escape artists there are. I mean, they're just excellent escape artists. This fencing over here is barbed wire, which is great for keeping cows in, but not so great for keeping goats in. They would get out of this in a matter of minutes, y'all. All right, so we're gonna head back to the barn. I'm walking through the cow pasture right here. And I just think that'd be easier at explaining where everything is. What you think, Holly? All right, y'all, we're walking back to the barn. You can see the girl goats over here. I can see Jesse over there waiting on me. And you can see, I'm gonna pan through here real slow. You can see there's the wooded area right there. This is all the cow pasture right here. So here we are, we're back at the barn. This is the back side of the barn. There's Miss Jessie right there. Jessie, do you mind if I come on in, girl? Do you mind? All right, Miss Holly, you gotta go around, okay? What's going on, Jess? Hey, girl. Listen, we're giving everybody an updated farm tour here to show everybody how things have changed and where everything's located. What you think, Yeah. Man, if I had me a little buggy, you could pull me around and we could do that instead of me walking, right? That's right. Oh, goodness. I don't think you guys have ever seen us come in the back way to this area. You always see us come in the front way to this area. What's going on, girls? There's Paris and Fifi this morning. There's Miss Mildred right there. Matter of fact, we're gonna try to go get some hay today. Hey, Top. Hey, buddy. And there's Goldie right there. Hey, Gold. Nugget, the alarm system. And of course, we got this crew right here. Hey, Tipper, Capri, Bo, Bootsy. How you guys doing today? Doing a big grand farm tour today. Yes, we are. And if y'all look right here in the milk room stall, this gal here is taking her little sun bath right here. It is warm today. Got cool last night. I thought it was gonna be cooler today. Put me a flannel shirt on. Darn geese saw me. And it warmed on up. It's warm today, ain't it, guys? But as you guys can see, this is the girls' pasture. It goes on down into that wooded area over there. And of course, this over here is the geese and the emu's pasture. Nugget and Miss Goldie, which are doing great. They really are. Goldie has really settled in a lot. I mean, big time. And Nugget's still doing his thing a little bit, but when we are not out here, he's not that bad. He's really not. And of course, over here, this is the other side of our barn, and this is where our other animal stalls are for Jesse, the goats, Peaches, Mildred, and of course they all have access to the inside as well. And even Nugget and the geese also have a stall and can go in the barn as well. What's up, Nug? Hey, buddy. What's going on, geese? And geese are in your stall, aren't they? Or are you in the geese's stall? Which one is it? Huh? Let's go through the barn so we don't have to worry about listening to the geese. All right. Gonna step through the barn here. Let's continue on here. Wonder where my Hollywood went. I guarantee y'all she will find me quickly. All right, so we're leaving the barn. We're headed back towards our garden areas right there. Over here to my right is the geese and the emu's pasture. Y'all can see where our pond's gonna be is right down there. This is the area that most of you guys know and see in the video the most up until we got the new barn ready. All right, so this is the front of the boys' pasture. I hear Holly running. Here she comes. So this is Moody. Hey, Moo Man. And then the boys, Mojo right there, Mo and Joe. This is their pasture right here. Hey, girl, I knew you wouldn't be long behind me. And if you look right over here to our left, there are the chickens. There's our first greenhouse right there, and that's our garden area. Hey, Big Daddy, we're just giving everybody a tour of the farm. We haven't done one in a while, so we thought today's a beautiful day, and today would be a good day to do one. You have a great day, okay, sir? What's going on, Momo? What's up, Big Joe? All right, so the next pasture right here, right beside the boys, this was the geese and Nuggets pasture right here. And of course, we have moved those guys to their new pasture. And of course, this next pasture, these guys do not need any introduction. This is the honeymooners pasture now. And this is where the girl goats, Mildred and Jesse were until they moved to their new pasture. Matter of fact, y'all, Gus is snoring. Listen. Y'all listen. Gus, you may need to get you a CPAP machine, buddy. What you think, Loretta? Does it keep you up at night, Loretta? Huh? Y'all, I'm telling you, if I want to get a laugh, the pigs, Peaches or Loretta, I'm telling y'all, will make me belly laugh. They are the most comical animals here on the farm, in my opinion. And, oh, Gus here, his snoring makes me laugh. But Gus is a pretty laid-back fella. He really is. But Peaches and Loretta, they're some characters now. They are some characters. All right, guys, we're going to continue on our tour, okay? So this next pasture right here, this is kind of like MaryCarl's and Brooke's area right here. Mainly MaryCarl's, but MaryCarl and Brooke, if you see Brooke's videos, you see her over here a lot. Now, we did have Gus and Loretta over here until we got the goats moved, and then we moved them next door over here to give them a much larger area. And if you look over here, the green coop over here, that's where Brooke's silkies are for now until we get the coop built in the back. And we'll show you guys that here in a minute. And of course, this is where the aviary is. That's where MaryCarl's pigeons are, that's where her doves are. And of course, y'all know the Victorian crown pigeons as well. So that's where they are. You can see the peacocks hang out here. There's Thomas back over there. And you can see a few ducks over here. That's Greg the goose, the call ducks. So this is like their little area over here. But for the most part, they handle that area all pretty much to themselves. And especially MaryCarl. So before I continue on over in this area towards the house, so let's step across the driveway, right across from where the aviary area is, or the pigeon area, and show you guys this spot over here, which is the pond, which is right in front of, if you're looking this way, there's the girl goats over there, Mildred, Jessie, they're all over there. Of course, there's Nugget and the geese and Goldie's area right here in the barn. But right here is where the pond's going. Right across the driveway right here. And we haven't pulled this fence in yet either, but we will. And this will be hopefully where the ducks hang out, where the geese are going to hang out. We're going to let the emus come over here and have access to this area as well. We've had basically pretty much a 2-year drought. That's pretty much the way to explain it. And so our pond is not doing well, of course. It's holding water, hasn't gone dry yet. With the lack of rain we had, hasn't gone dry yet. But we haven't had enough rain to keep it filled up. So we are exploring other options, and hopefully at some point our pond will be full and stay full of water. Probably put some fish in it and just be like just a beautiful spot here on our farm, not only for us, but also for our waterfowl. And if we pan right here, that's Brooke's mom's house and the garage. And then back behind it is where the potager garden's going. So now I'm going to walk back over towards where the pigeons were. And that is, of course, the breezeway that connects our house to the garage and Brooke's mom's house. And of course, this is our house right here. And we're right across from the pastures I just showed you. There's the green coop. There's the aviary. And if you look over here, this is the fruit orchard, which is right next to the house. You can see this big boy here is taking him a nap. You was up all night working, wasn't you, buddy? Yeah, I know you were. Y'all look at his brother over there on his back. Over there with Tucker on her back. Tucker, the livestock guardian cat. Y'all, Tucker loves them dogs. I'm telling y'all the truth. I mean, she loves those dogs. Look at her on her back right there with him. Oh my gracious. I swear she thinks she's a dog. Oh, Tucker. All right, boys. We're going to continue on our farm tour, okay? And right next to the house over here is the fruit orchard. And you can see that fruit orchard goes a good ways back that way, right where that big oak tree is right there. And of course, it's right here next to the house and right next to our Alabama parterre garden, which is right here, which I'll show you guys in just a minute. But I want to head back over this way towards the back side over here where the aviary is. Y'all can see the peacocks. There's all the pea chicks right there, y'all. Look at them. This is the aviary that Brooke and MaryCarl just got finished, the new addition where MaryCarl's got all her pretty pigeons at. Y'all look at this. Aren't they beautiful? They really are. All right, so I'm behind these pastures that I just showed you. Of course, again, there's the aviary. Now right behind it is our bees. These are our new honeybees here. We got 10 hives with plans to expand more hives over here. And this is gonna be our bee yard. Plus, we do plan on hopefully planting some pecan trees out here and also having a pecan orchard as well. Now that wood line right there is the edge of my property on this side. And if you look, you can see there's Moody and the boys' shelter right there. This is the back side of their pasture. And if you guys look over here, you can see the greenhouse in the front, and you can see the eggmobile and the chicken yard, and that's our garden area right over there. Now let's head back towards the house and show you guys that area over there and where our gardens are and where our future gardens going. You ready, Holly? All right, we're headed back towards the house over here. If you guys look, you can see the old barn right back there, right behind the house there. And I'll show you guys that in just a minute. But first, let's go look at the rose garden and the Alabama parterre garden. So this area right here is our parterre garden. You can see our roses and our rose swag that we got going on here. You can see our roses down here on this hillside that have finally, the middle of November, I say finally, look, they're still blooming down there, but for the most part, they finally have bloomed out. And of course, here's our fruit orchard right here. And this is our new grand entrance to the Alabama parterre. And I started calling it that because it's actually a parterre garden is a French formal garden is what it's called. And evidently, mine is not exactly to the T what a parterre garden is supposed to look like from what I've been told by some comments and some emails. So that's why I started calling it the Alabama parterre garden. It's not the French one, this is the Alabama one, so it's a little bit different. Y'all come on in. So we're walking through here. You can see we got the gravel. We got our 3 rectangles of grass right here. And over to our left is the roses, which is our rose swag. If you guys don't know about this, this is a antique heirloom rose right here, American pillar. And I'm gonna train it. You can see I'm already training it to grow up these pillars or these posts. And then I got a metal wire that drapes from post to post. So as these roses grow up, I'm gonna train them to grow down that wire as well. And it's gonna create an actual swag, like a curtain, except it's gonna be roses. So we're coming around to the back side of the Alabama parterre garden. And you can see we're gonna continue that rose swag on over to here. And I got a rose growing on this fence as well. And this one is Zephindruin, which is a climber, and I'm going to train it, as you guys can see, to cover this fence up, which will lead you into the future potager garden right here. And we're going to put us a gate right here. We want to keep the animals out of this area. So I'm probably going to get Roberto to build us a gate to go right here. And this area back here will be all raised beds. As you guys can see, we got started on it. And we're going to get back on this as soon as we get finished with the pastures. And this fence here is going to go right down through here. You can see where we got the gravel. It's going to follow this gravel line right through here. And then go out somewhere right around in here. Go around the greenhouse. Come back around over there by our tank and go all the way around this way and all the way around over here. Of course, this is our second greenhouse from Grower Solutions. So as we're coming back here, all this will be gravel right through here. And you can see we have finished scorching our raised beds here. And next step is assembling them and getting them put in the proper place. And if you look right there, there is the playhouse that we redid for the silkies. So back in this area over here will be where the silkies will go. And this will be their new area right here. All right, so we're going behind the greenhouse now, right here. And if you look right behind the greenhouse and behind our house is the old barn right there, which was here when we got here. And this old lean-to right here, which also was here when we got here, which we are in the process, slowly but surely, of disassembling this old lean-to because it's not in the best of shape. So we feel like at some point that this lean-to is going to fall in on us. Don't know when, but we're starting to get a lot of stuff out of there and putting it in the new barn. And if you look right there, there's our Airstream that one day we're going to get back on. We're coming around, and now you can see our property is kind of split in half right here. So that first half you saw earlier was a lot of pasture area, except this one little wooded area right here. And of course, this is our pond right here. But our other half of our property right here is all wooded. So I kind of want to take you guys to the wooded area because this is a complete farm tour. But it is warm today. It is fall. So I know the snakes are probably moving around. And just to be safe, because we haven't seen that many here on the farm, honestly, instead of us tromping through the woods right here, we are actually going to walk this way down this road, this here on our property, or driveway, I guess, it's not really a road, and go down the little pathway that Mr. Greg built us in the woods that gives us access to this beautiful stream or creek that we have that's fed by an underground spring. So y'all come on. Man, I'm telling y'all, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day today. It really is. So what you're gonna notice is on our left-hand side over here, you're gonna see a lot of pine trees right at first. And what happened was, I don't know how many years ago this was because these trees are fairly mature. But at some point, the previous owner here had this area clear-cutted. And you're gonna see what I'm talking about in a minute. But you can see the pine area that got replanted is fairly clean for the most part. And what happened probably is that when they clear-cutted it, they replanted with these pines. These pines are a fairly fast-growing tree. And so they grew up and kind of shaded everything out and pretty much maintained itself, right? I mean, there's some undergrowth in here. I'm not going to say it's completely clean, but it's like a natural forest almost. But where they didn't plant anything is where the invasive species just kind of wreaked havoc on this property. I mean, look at this. What you see is pretty much all Chinese privet on the backside of our property right here. And once we get through those few little pine trees, I mean, it is beyond thick in here. And this is not natural for our area. It's really not. Our forest lands are not meant to have this Chinese privet bush or tree just take over everything. Because what it's doing is it is drowning out all the native species that do actually live here. So that's why eventually that I would love to get all this cleaned out and make it a natural habitat like it's supposed to be here in central Alabama versus overran with an invasive species that's not from our country. But we are down here. We've made it to the stream. Holly's in hog heaven. How about you, Holly? Huh? How about you, girl? That's fun, isn't it, right there? I bet that water is ice cold, y'all. I guarantee it is. 100%. And if you look, y'all, we're probably at the midpoint right here of our wooded area. This area, say, is roughly 20 acres. So the other half of our property goes up this hill, and you can't see 20 foot right there. And it's just overran with, that's pretty much all Chinese privet, believe it or not. Oh boy, she got the zoomies. Oh man. Get it, girl. Oh my gracious. Holly, 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 holly. Oh my goodness. This is our favorite spot. This is one of the deepest spots in this little creek here that goes the whole length of our property. Matter of fact, it starts on our property. It comes up out of the ground and starts right through here. It is peaceful in here though. It's real quiet. You can hear the water running. I mean, it's very peaceful in here. It really is. I'm so glad our property has kind of like the best of both worlds. We got the pastures, which we love, and also we have this beautiful wooded area that we also love, and we got a beautiful creek that Holly loves. Oh my goodness, girl. You glad we came down here, aren't you? Yep. This was worth it right here now. All right, so we're going to head back up and we're going to come out on the back side of where the goats are now. That back side of that goat pasture where our girl goats, Mildred and Jessie, are. And I'm going to take you through that wooded area and back around to where the cows are going to go. Lead the way, girl. Oh, goodness gracious. We thought Jessie's zoomies were bad. Holly's got her beat, I believe. Oh my gracious. Here she comes. Oh goodness. Boy, she's a mess, y'all. She is a mess. Okay, so here we are. If you look right there, that right there is where the goats are, right there. And right here is the pond. That's the dam of the pond. And over there is the house and of course the greenhouse. And the goats are not back here right now. But this is their spot, and look how they have just cleaned up all that Chinese privet that was back in here. It looks good. It really looks good. So we're gonna walk closer to the front of the property here where the new cattle fencing is gonna go, which is right along through here, which connects back to the goat fencing right there. Show you guys this wooded area and this side of the property, which we haven't shown y'all yet. And this is gonna head right back to that pine thicket that I talked about earlier that the cows are gonna get. And we're getting real close to it. You can kind of see it right here. And this is it right here. This is the pine thicket where the cows are going to be. I'm standing in the cow pasture right here. And if I was to walk back this way, I'd walk right back to the front of the property, and the barn is, the back of the barn is right over there. Let me show you. Right there, that's the back of the barn. All right, so we're back at the barn, on the back side of the barn, and let's go see if Peaches is still napping. I got a feeling she is. Y'all, she made a liar out of me. Peaches, I just told everybody that I knew that you was probably napping, but look at you. You made a fool out of me, didn't you? Huh? Yeah, you sure did. You sure did, girl. Well, it looks like we're through with our farm tour, Peaches. Hey, I think I showed everybody everything. You know, both sides of the front of the property, the barn location, the greenhouse locations, the parterre garden, the potager garden, the fruit orchard, our future plans of the bee yard. Gosh, what else? The creek, the wooded areas. Listen, if you think I missed something now, let me know. Shoot me a text, okay? All right. Hello, Miss Goldie. How you doing, girl? Let's see how close she lets me get to her, y'all. Hey, girl. Hey, Gold. What you doing, baby? Huh? What you doing? Nugget's over there in the stall. He don't know I'm over here. Wanna come see me? Come see me, girl. Come on, come see me. No? Okay. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. Well, y'all, here we are. Here we are, back where we started from. Right at the front of our property here on our farm. And I hope this helps a lot of you guys out about where we are on the farm when we're recording and doing stuff now. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, because we're going to enjoy this beautiful day we got here on the farm. And as always, y'all be good.
Another perfect ending to another perfect day. Tomorrow's found me waiting, expecting it that way. You may want for all